Hey listeners, welcome back to the Voiceover Learning Lounge podcast. This is now we're on episode 3, and the episode is called Basic Web Browsing with Safari on Mac with VoiceOver, of course. And just so you know, this is the last episode that I have for you for beginners. And all of the next ones from here are going to be taught at a slightly more intermediate level. And so, not by much. So you don't have to panic if you're not that good with your Mac yet. I will still guide you through everything, but it's not going to be, we might go a little bit faster and we might cover some more deeper things. So anyway, just so you know, that's just what's going to be happening. The last episode for beginners, we will cover more material at a bit of a quicker pace, like I said, with less repetition. And I'll assume that you know a little bit more than what you would if you were a beginner. So if you're new here, again, this is the place where you, our listeners, and I, your voiceover guide, come together in, a very relaxed and sort of informal way, and we learn all about how to use VoiceOver. And as a review of the last episode, if you missed it, we learned about how to do some basic editing using TextEdit. Today we're going to take a break from that, and we're going to start to learn a little bit about how to use Safari, which you might already be familiar with, or you might know about it. It's a web browser or internet browser that comes with the Mac. So it allows you to browse the internet with your iPhone or iPad. If you've heard people say Safari, or if you have an iPhone or an iPad, that's basically what that is. And you might have heard of it from there. So this episode will be very short. We're basically going to scratch the surface. We're going to learn what Safari is. Then we're going to learn how to launch it. And then we're going to learn how to do a simple web search, like, how to search for something. And then we're going to learn how to visit a specific website if you already know someone's website address. And then we're going to learn some very basic ways of navigation that will let you sort of move around the content of the page. And then after that, when we get to that section, I'll also show you one way that you can jump to a specific part of the web page that you're looking for. So assuming that your Mac is already turned on and running, we're going to dive right in. So again, what is Safari? It's Apple's internet browser on the Mac, iPhone, and iPad, and that's basically what it is. Here's how to launch it. What we can do is go to our dock. You can hit VO keys and D, Command Option, Control Option, and the letter D together.
Dock. Mail 5 of 30.
I'm on my dock. We went over this in episode 1. If you missed that, go back over episode 1 and take a look. Then hit the letter S.
Safari 3 of 30.
Then hit enter.
TextEdit. Testing episode. Safari. Start page.
So I had another tab open. It was called testing episode 2 or something. And so that was what it was reading. But whatever. Now we're in Safari. And basically, this is how you launch it. You just open your dock, type in S, and you're in Safari. Now this is how you do a web search. You can just press Command L.
Open location.
Hit backspace to get rid of everything. And then just type in any search. Like type in Apple. And then hit enter.
Closing menu. Toolbar. Apple. Web content. Choose country or region. List. Visited. Link. Apple. List. Link. Store.
So it basically opened Apple's website. That's how you can basically do a search. And then if it knows what kind of a website to open, it will open it. But if you want to just search for something else, you can go back and hit Command L. Maybe we'll try typing another search. We can say, like screen readers for blind and low vision. So I'm going to type that. Hit enter.
Screen readers for blind and low vision.
Okay, so it brought up a page.
Screen readers for blind and low vision. In split link.
I had to interact with it with Control Option Shift down arrow. Now I'm going to find my search results really quickly, and they're organized by heading. So what you can do from here now is hit VO keys and up arrow. So Control Option up arrow.
Headings menu.
This opens up a router, and right away it puts you into headings. Basically, it opens up a little menu where you can control by pressing left arrow or right arrow.
Form controls.
Whether what you can navigate through. So if you press left or right arrow, you'll either get to choose from whether you want to navigate the page that you're currently on by headings.
Headings menu.
If you press right arrow again,
Form controls menu.
form controls, and if you press right arrow again,
Landmarks menu.
you'll hit landmarks, and if you press right arrow again,
Window spots menu.
and it just goes through. So I'm going to keep hitting my left arrow until I get to headings.
Form headings menu.
It did that because the results are organized by headings, so I'm choosing to navigate by headings. Now, when I press left arrow and I hear it say headings, now I'm going to press down arrow.
1. Search results.
And it says 1 search results. That's a heading. Then I keep pressing down arrow.
1. AI overview.
Keep pressing it.
2. AI 2. Screen readers for blind from sources across the web.
So it's just going to start reading the titles of each web page that it found as a search result. If I keep pressing down arrow.
3. Screen readers.
So if I want to open any of them, I hit enter when I hear it, like now.
Link heading level 3.
So it's announced as a heading and as a link. So it says screen readers. If I want to open it, I just hit VO spacebar. And that page
Link.
opens.
Skip 90.
All right, so
email.
now we're going to close Safari with Command Q.
Cookie consent. Web dialog. Finder.
So that's how you do a web search. Now, let's go over how to visit a specific website. Let's open back up Safari. Let's press VO keys and D.
Dock. Safari.
Safari's
3.
already in focus now. Hit enter.
Finder. Desktop. Safari.
And
Start
what I'm going to do now is I think I'm in a bar, an address bar, where I can type in any web address. I'm going to type in apple.ca.
Apple. https://www.watch.
So now here's just some very, introductory basic way of how to move around the page that you're on. So when it opens, it'll start talking, it'll start reading if I'd let it from top to bottom. If you want to move to the very beginning of the web page, press VO keys, shift and left arrow.
List watch menu.
You're right up at the top. It won't go anymore, even if you kept pressing it. Now, what you can do is you can, from here, just hit tab.
Store menu. Mac menu. iPad menu. iPhone menu.
And it's just
Watch.
going through the different elements like that. You can do that, or you can hit VO keys and right arrow.
End of list. Watch menu. Heading level 2. Explore watch. List explore watch link. Explore all out link. Apple
And it's
Watch
just moving through everything that's on Apple's homepage. Now, if you pretty much know what... So basically it's either tabbing or hit VO left and VO right. There's a lot more that you can do with Safari, and there's a lot more that you can do with controlling how VoiceOver navigates, what parts of the web page you want. But for this episode, since you're a beginner, we're just gonna go for tabbing, hitting left and right arrow with the VoiceOver keys held down, and that's it. And for about 3 to 5 years, that was the only way I knew how to navigate a web page. But you're not going to have to wait 3 to 5 years. That was just me. I'll just show you that that's like the beginner way. And if you want to just familiarize yourself with the lay of the land, that's how you can do it. Now, what if you're at the very top? So let's go with VO keys, shift and left arrow.
link.
And you want to just type in the term that you're looking for. Let's say I want to look for, I want to get myself an Apple Watch. I don't have an Apple Watch, but let's say I'm looking for the word watch. You can do what's called a screen find. So hit Control Option and F to bring up, it's like the JAWS find, if you're familiar with JAWS. If you're not, then that's fine. We're going to hit a command with VO keys and F together.
Enter search text.
This brings up a space where you can type in any words, and VoiceOver will search the entire screen that you're on and display the words. So I'm going to type in watch.
T8. Explore all Apple Watch. Link.
So it brought me to a link called Explore All Apple Watch, and that was basically the first instance where the word watch was displayed, and that's why it brought me there. If I wanted to open it, I could basically just open it like that. Okay, the other way I just remembered before we finish up here, you can navigate through all the content just by swiping left and right on your touchpad, your trackpad, like how you would swipe on your phone.
Link. Apple Watch link. Apple Watch Ultra link.
And it just goes, right? Swipe left, it moves you backwards. Swipe right, it moves you forward. That's it. So that's it for now, my friends. It was very brief. In a later episode, we're going to revisit Safari again and other browsers like Chrome and Firefox. And when we do that, we're going to explore a lot more about how you can quickly jump around a website and really get really efficient and, be on the phone with someone and navigate a web page at the same time. Imagine that. We're going to learn all about that. And to quickly get to the parts of the page that you want to access and interact with. There's a lot. And we're going to learn about how you search within web pages and maybe how to fill out forms and all kinds of stuff. So I hope that you'll stay with us, and this marks the end of our beginner series and on how to use the Mac with VoiceOver. Hopefully you found it to be helpful. I hope that you'll stay with us, because when we meet again, we'll be moving on to a lot more detailed and intermediate level commands that will really build on what we've already covered in the last 3 episodes, which I think is really, the last 3 episodes have been a foundational groundwork building for you, and I hope that you enjoyed them. If you listened up to here, thank you so much for staying, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.